afternoon, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now Live at 4. Here's what's making news on this Thursday. Governor Evers responds to the Supreme Court order to lift the Safer at Home extension.
With the order lifted, what does that mean for communities like Madison? We'll explain. And the ousted head of vaccines for the government testifies before Congress today. Governor Tony Evers and the Department of Health Services Secretary Designee Andrea Palm are reiterating the importance of social distancing and maintaining those safe practices. Melissa Kim joining us now with the latest from today's public preview. Melissa?
Well, Mark, following yesterday's Supreme Court decision, Department of Health Secretary Designee Andrea Palm still emphasizing the importance of science and data before the state can move forward. Today, she said Wisconsinites have made strides thanks to social distancing, and it's important to keep those safety measures in place in order to completely reopen the state, which she thinks needs to happen in 3 phases.
Physical distancing in this phased approach, along with the aggressive testing and contact tracing, will help protect the health and safety of Wisconsinites until there is an effective vaccine. What we have done so far together is working. DHS and our partners in this statewide response will continue to do the work of protecting the health and safety of Wisconsinites against this virus and safely reopen Wisconsin.
In today's briefing, Governor Evers also urged Wisconsinites to go home if they're out and find bars or restaurants to be too crowded and they feel uncomfortable. He said just because Republicans said it could be a free-for-all doesn't mean we should throw good judgment out the window. Now, officials in Dane County stepped in, putting their own version of Safer at Home in place until May 26th. But one of the main questions there is, how are those guidelines going to be enforced? Eric Franke joins us now with more on that. Eric?
Yeah, Melissa, talking about Dane County, Milwaukee County the same. For places like Madison, basically no change in how law enforcement has been reacting to violations of Safer at Home since it started back in March. We spoke with the city attorney's office and the Madison Police Department. Chief Vic Wall saying hopefully people realize the big picture and continue to comply with it. He's asking for patience until the conclusion of the original Safer at Home order expires. Wait for public health officials locally to begin incremental ways to roll things back safely. They'll cite people if needed, but they would prefer not to.
We'll continue to have the same perspective and philosophy when we are called to potential violations. We're going to try to educate and look for voluntary compliance. And for the most part, over the last few months, that's what we've been receiving. But still, it is an order. It's in place. And if need be, we can issue citations.
Businesses in violation may actually hear from public health first, and if they don't react, then they'll hear from law enforcement. Dane County basically adopting the bulk of the prior Safer at Home order. Bars and restaurants, by the way, remain closed except for delivery and takeout. Of course, non-essential businesses must stay closed with the exception of curbside service. Mark, Susan.
This is what the crowd at Nick's Bar in Platteville looked like last night, less than an hour after the bar reopened. The video is going viral on Twitter, with people chiming in with their own opinions of the opening. And the percent of positive cases in Wisconsin is staying steady for the second day. Roughly 6% of tests came back positive. There are now more than 11,000 reported cases in Wisconsin and 434 deaths. That's 13 more people across the state have died. According to health officials, the state has taken a step back in the Badger bounce back plan. The state is only meeting 4 of the required 6 gating measures. Officials say they're starting to see another rise in COVID-like symptoms, and they're still seeing people with flu-like symptoms.
Area doctors stress that people are still very much at risk of contracting COVID-19. UW Health Dr. Jeff Potoff says people must remain aware of the situation and continue to practice social distancing. He says just because the Safer at Home order has been struck down doesn't mean things are back to normal. Health officials are pushing lawmakers to follow health metrics and to reopen the economy with a phased approach.
We need to do these things because COVID-19 isn't done. It's still in our communities. We still have people sick in our hospitals and people in our state dying of the disease.
Coming up tonight at 5, the governor is working toward getting another statewide rule in place. He said the scope statement, the first step in getting this done, is finished. The governor said it will be published by Monday, and from there it will take 10 days before more action can be taken. This time is for the public to say what they think of the proposal, and what's going to happen in the meantime is coming up tonight at 5 and 6.
Other states across the country continue lifting social social distancing measures. Demonstrations against stay-at-home orders are getting heated now. Angry protesters, some of them armed, gathered at the Michigan State Capitol demanding that Governor Gretchen Whitmer lift the stay-at-home orders. In Madison County, Illinois, local officials have already given businesses like restaurants and gyms the green light amid the coronavirus pandemic. 62% of Republicans want the country to prioritize going back to work, even if it exposes more people to the virus. That's up 10 points from 3 weeks ago in late April.
Everybody wants to reopen. The question is how you reopen, and from the national experts, global experts, make sure you don't reopen too soon.
Part of hard-hit New York will begin reopening Friday, while restrictions in New York City could be lifted in June. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy also announced Thursday that the Jersey Shore and lakefront beaches in his state will be open by Memorial Day.
2 witnesses told lawmakers on Capitol Hill today the Trump administration ignored early warnings about supply shortages at the onset of the COVID-19 outbreak. Meanwhile, President Trump went to Pennsylvania to announce a plan to ramp up domestic production of personal protective equipment. Skylar Henry is at the White House with more.
Bills needed us, and we rose to the occasion.
The owner of a major U.S. surgical mask manufacturing company told a House subcommittee the Trump administration ignored his offers to ramp up production in the early months of the coronavirus pandemic.
The DOD, the VA, the CDC, and HHS could have worked together to secure America's mask supply.
Whistleblower Dr. Rick Bright of the National Institutes of Health echoed those concerns before the same panel earlier, adding that 2020 would be the darkest winter in modern history if more isn't done at the federal level to combat the virus.
We do not still have enough personal protective equipment to manage our healthcare workers and protect them from influenza and COVID-19. We still do not have the supply chains ramped up for the drugs and vaccines, and we still don't have plans in place on how we distribute those drugs and vaccines.
Bright filed a whistleblower complaint claiming he was transferred from directing a vaccine team at the Department of Health and Human Services after he pushed back on the wide use of anti-malaria drugs, chloroquine and hydroxychloroquine.
When I learned that there is a directive to make it more broadly available, not under close supervision of a physician, I was...
When was that? When HHS says Dr. Bright's complaint is full of one-sided arguments and misinformation. President Trump continues to call Bright a, quote, disgruntled employee.
I never met him. I don't want to meet him, but I watched him, and he looks like an angry, disgruntled employee who, frankly, according to some people, didn't do a very good job.
The president traveled to Pennsylvania to tour a personal protective equipment manufacturing facility and to announce an initiative to revamp the national strategic stockpile to make it less reliant on supplies produced in China.
Under my order, it will now also invest in our country, helping to bring vital factories, pharmaceutical producers, and most importantly, jobs back home where they belong.
The president says he wants to replenish the national stockpile by the fall. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
And President Trump says he'll be making an announcement next week on the World Health Organization. The U.S. froze funding to the international agency last month, pending an investigation into its initial response to the COVID-19 outbreak.
As countries begin to reopen, a new study is warning of the dangers of so-called coronavirus super spreaders. They're highly infectious and possibly asymptomatic people who feel well enough to travel and socialize. The CDC reported that transmission increased because they were singing in close proximity to each other. And now another report says simply by talking loudly in an enclosed area for just 1 minute, an infected person can put 1,000 highly contagious droplets in the air for 8 full minutes.
This could spread very quickly.
Yes, very quick, especially for people without symptoms. So those are people we call a super transmitter. They can infect many people.
One infected man in Chicago is linked to 15 infections and 3 deaths after he attended a funeral, a dinner, and a birthday party. In Seoul, South Korea, one man who visited multiple clubs in the city's nightlife district on May 2nd later tested positive. Now officials have linked more than 100 COVID cases to clubs in that neighborhood. Time now for weather. Let's take a look outside. Kind of a wet start to the day, but this guy doesn't seem to mind much. Out fishing. A day of sunshine for tomorrow. Chris is in the backyard looking forward to the sun.
Absolutely, and oddly enough, right as you said that, a little ray of sun started to shine through the clouds out here on the patio. The cloud cover is what a lot of us have been dealing with as we have gone through the day. This is a live look from our station tower camera as we speak. We are not seeing any showers of thunderstorms associated with those, at least not right now. It's possible that we could see a little bit more of that as we move deeper into the evening. In fact, I'm watching those showers of thunderstorms that are popping up over parts of Iowa right now. That'll continue to push north and eastward, impacting extreme southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois as well. So keep your eyes peeled for those as we go through the rest of the evening. The severe weather outlook has remained unchanged as we have gone through the day. We shifted that further towards the south, so now southern Wisconsin is really out of the threat area for seeing a strong to severe thunderstorm later on this afternoon and evening, but nonetheless, that chance is certainly still there. Here's a visible cloud track right now. A few of us may see a few more rays of sunshine before we see that next round of showers moving on through. We're timing that out, coming up around the midpoint through the show.
We'll see you then. Thank you, Chris. The U.S. economy is starting to ramp up after a near standstill, but workers continue to lose jobs. Select businesses are open again in some states, but even as some are back on the job, others are losing them. Uber just let go 3,700 employees, and they are not alone. The Labor Department says nearly 3 million Americans applied for unemployment benefits last week. That's higher than expected and means roughly 36 million people have lost work since the coronavirus started, forcing businesses to shut down. Among those let go, hotel workers.
One of the biggest concerns besides the money to pay rent and bills is that the fact that we are not having any health insurance.
A new report from the National Bureau of Economic Research estimates 42% of recent layoffs will become permanent. And for people who have returned to work, job security is a major concern if customers aren't willing to go out and spend money. Investors were not deterred by those numbers as stocks snapped a two-day losing streak. The Dow Industrials added 377 points, ending the day at 23,625. The Nasdaq was up 80. The S&P 500 gained 32.
CBS News has confirmed that a federal search warrant was issued to North Carolina Senator Richard Burr as FBI agents seized his cell phone. It's part of an investigation into stock sales before the coronavirus outbreak sent the markets plunging. Burr stepped down today as the Republican chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee. In January, he and other senators began to get regular briefings about COVID-19 cases in China. In mid-February, filings show Burr sold up to roughly $1.7 million in stock. There is a law called the Stock Act that prohibits members of Congress from using non-public information they obtain from their official positions for personal benefit.
Well, still to come at 4, the brand new crossover from Hyundai. The Venue is one of the least expensive vehicles sold in the U.S.
But it's far from cheap. We'll go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs to check out the Hyundai Venue. That's when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Take a break from cooking at home and order takeout from your local Monk's Bar and Grill. Monk's is offering curbside pickup takeout service for your safety and convenience during these difficult times. Visit monksbarandgrill.com for takeout menus and online ordering.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping many people with type 2 diabetes like James lower their blood sugar. A majority of adults who took Ozempic reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
Here's your A1C.
Oh, my A1C is under 7.
And you may lose weight. Adults who took Ozempic lost on average up to 12 pounds.
I lost almost 12 pounds.
Oh.
For those also with known heart disease, Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as heart attack, stroke, or death.
It lowers the risk. Oh.
Ozempic is not for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonyl polyuria or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping me reach my blood sugar goal.
Ask your healthcare provider today about once weekly Ozempic. We remain committed to keeping Ozempic available and affordable during these challenging times. With the Ozempic Savings Card, you may be eligible to pay as little as $25 for a 1-month or 3-month prescription.
From our family to yours, we want to encourage you to keep going. Keep protecting what's most important. Keep hopeful in the face of all this. Keep believing. Keep being strong. Keep supporting the people on the front line. Keep staying together while staying apart. Keep being fearless. And most of all, keep dreaming. American Family Insurance is mailing our personal auto insurance customers a premium relief payment to help them keep going. We'll keep being here when you need us.
At Mounds Pet Food Warehouse, we know that no two pets are the same. That's why each of our 5 Southern Wisconsin locations is wall-to-wall with everything you and your pet need, including dog food, cat food, pet beds, thousands of toys, treats, and chews, and supplies for your small animals, birds, and reptiles, too. With so many options, finding what you need is easy. You gotta get down to Mounds and see for yourself. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse powers them all. And don't forget your free Mounds candy bar.
Take a break from cooking at home and order takeout from your local Monk's Bar and Grill. Monk's is offering curbside pickup takeout service for your safety and convenience during these difficult times. Visit monksbarandgrill.com for takeout menus and online ordering.
While countries work to contain COVID-19, many have invested in some new gadgets to slow the spread of the virus.
As travel bans continue to lift, some technology is ahead above the rest. They look like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, RoboCop-style helmets designed to take temperatures. At Rome's Leonardo da Vinci Airport, police use them to scan incoming passengers. The helmets can read temperatures from more than 20 feet away, an important tool to maintain social distancing. Similar technology is also being used by police in Dubai. Officers are deploying the Chinese-made headgear throughout the crowded city. It can scan up to 200 people a minute.
It's got the temperature reading mode. It also has facial recognition capabilities, plate number recognition, QR code reader, and ultimately this all connects together to give you the history of a person.
As it works to keep cities healthy, the safety feature is not immune to criticism. Civil liberties groups say the technology acts as Big Brother and an invasion of privacy. Well, there really aren't any bad new cars anymore. Even the cheapest, smallest new cars are all pretty good. But personality, well, that's a horse of a different color.
In that regard, the brand new Hyundai Venue, and especially the denim edition, is a much-needed breath of fresh air. It's Hyundai's littlest crossover. Let's check it. Littlest?
Smallest, I think.
Smallest.
Probably. I'm sorry, I wrote that in a hurry.
And I didn't pre-read it. Let's check it out as we go behind the wheel of the 2020 Hyundai Venue.
This is the 2020 Hyundai Venue, and the Hyundai calls it their entry-level SUV, although let's face it, it's not an SUV. This is a hatchback. It's got 4 doors, it's got a tailgate, it holds 5 people, although 3 of those people better be pretty small because there's not a ton of room in the back seat. It gets 30 miles to the gallon around town, 34 on the highway. I'm driving the denim edition, which features the swanky denim seats and the really nice two-tone exterior paint job with an exclusive denim color. I really like the styling of this vehicle. It has character, which is something that's missing from a lot of entry-level cars. I also like the way they thought about the rear storage compartment, and that is actually really well done. The 2-level floor is great, so you can have a fold-flat floor when the seats are down, and it also provides a little more space when the back seats are up. I also like the way that they've thought about storing that cover for the storage, and that's always been a problem with these types of cars. What do you do with that thing when you take it off? So the things that I don't like about the Venue, first of all, the CVT transmission, this is a really peppy engine, and it doesn't help it that much when you're trying to accelerate from a dead stop really hard, or in a passing maneuver. There's that sort of rubber banding effect that takes away from it. I also think the ride is a little stiff and noisy. And then finally, I think in this denim edition especially, I really wish they had included a manual transmission. It would make this fun package even that much more fun. Pricing for the Hyundai Venue starts at $17,305, and this denim edition with everything on it tops out at a little over $23,000, which, when you look at the rest of the competition, is a pretty darn good value. And that's really the secret of this car. It's Hyundai doing what Hyundai does best. You get a lot of features, a lot of technology, enough style to make it interesting for not a lot of money. And that has been a winning formula for them for the past decade.
Harvey joins us now live. The Venue, nice looking car.
It is a nice looking car. I like it too. Hi, Harvey.
Hi, how are you guys?
We're pretty good. So overall, this is a brand new car for the Hyundai.
Yeah, it slots in below the Kona, which, we drove last year. It's a little bit smaller than that. It's really competitive with the Kia Soul. That would be another car in this category.
You get a lot for your money with a car like this, don't you?
Yeah, they load it up with safety features, technology features. It's really important to this buyer group, the younger buyers coming in who've grown up with cell phones and all that technology now. They want that connected technology in the car, and Hyundai's really focused on giving people that.
But no four-wheel drive, just front-wheel drive.
No, this is front-wheel drive only, which, for maybe all but 5 days out of the year is going to be perfectly fine, even in Madison.
Absolutely. All right. Good to see you, Harvey. Hope all is well with you.
Great. Hopefully we'll get to drive together soon here.
Hopefully someday soon. All right, Harvey, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Harvey. Good to see you.
Go to ridesanddrives.com for more on this review. And still to come at 4, workers and companies. Let's see here. Are connected virtually these days.
But what if you work for yourself? There's support out there for you as well. We'll have that story coming up after Chris's First Warn forecast. We'll be right back.
Choosing the right Medicare plan is simple, right? Except that there are a lot of choices from a lot of companies. Avoid the confusion and the junk mail. Come to Informed Choice Insurance Agency. We know Medicare, and we offer many of Wisconsin's popular plans. There's no cost and no obligation to come discuss your Medicare options with the experienced team at Informed Choice. Call us today.
Through all the world events since 1930, Surgenians has provided high-quality flooring and service to area homes and businesses. Surgenian's showroom is now open. Come in to see the area's largest selection of flooring options.
The open road, the wind in your hair, the feeling of freedom that drives us to go out and discover. At Chevy, we're committed to getting you there with confidence and peace of mind. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free APR financing for 84 months on many of our most popular models, or defer monthly payments for 120 days. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available. Or if you require parts, maintenance, or repairs, our Chevy certified service experts can help keep you moving forward, so you can find new roads with confidence.
To our Pick and Save associates, for the long hours and late nights, for the miles traveled and the shelves restocked, for making a difference in our customers' lives, for doing so much more than your job. Everyone at the Kroger family of brands and our customers say thank you. In a time when daily life feels a bit uncertain, your hard work is keeping America fed. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum's the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 200 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got all my shows, and he's got all his shows.
With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go, all from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
Shop the largest selection of quality furniture and mattresses from the comfort of your home on steinhoffels.com. Right now, Steinhoffels will ship your purchase free to your curb, driveway, or garage. Start shopping right now with a name you can trust. steinhoffels.com.
Take a look at this. A police officer and 2 state troopers in Central Texas had a close call with an 18-wheeler. They were checking out the first crash when a second 18-wheeler lost control and crossed the median before stopping next to the first one. The officers were able to get out of the way just in time. No serious injuries were reported. I don't know why these trucks are both coming off the road at the same time, but that's a close call.
Yeah.
And it's raining in Texas. Chris?
It is certainly raining in Texas. A lot of parts of the country are seeing those showers and thunderstorms. That includes the upper Midwest. We saw more this morning, and we could see some this evening as well. We're going to time that all out right after the break.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
The road to recovery is going to have a lot of barriers. The most serious and worrisome are the uncertain public health setbacks, but the list also includes frailties of human behavior, destructive politics, and Supreme Court decisions. Let's not get too hung up on the latest court ruling. The majority of the Wisconsin Supreme Court proved itself demoralizing and untrustworthy long ago. What we share now is the challenge of minimizing the damage inflicted by the court and other political ideologues. We find hope in polls showing overwhelming support for continued public health and safety measures, the leadership of many local government officials, and the steady hand of a governor focused on keeping all citizens safe. We do ask Speaker Voss and Senator Fitzgerald to show the decency of working with the governor on a plan to help Wisconsin reopen smartly and safely. We are desperate for thoughtful, caring, selfless leadership right now. Please step up.
Junk Garden Centers are open to help you start the growing season. For a limited time, get a free bag of raised bed mix with the purchase of 2. Shop now at all 5 Junk Garden Center locations. Get your growing season off to a safe and healthy start with Junk Garden Center.
USAA was made for right now. Right now is a time for action. So for a second time, we're giving members a credit on their auto insurance because it's the right thing to do. We're also giving payment relief options to eligible members so they can take care of things like groceries before they worry about their insurance or credit card bills. Right now is a time to take care of what matters most, like we've done together so many times before. Discover all the ways we're helping members at usaa.com/coronavirus.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 84 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2019 Ford vehicles.
I'm not used to taking care of things on my own.
My wife, my sweetheart, took care of me for 46 years, and I've loved every moment. When the doctor gave her 6 months, all she wanted was to spend it at home with me. Now it's my turn to take care of her. I know a Grace will help me care for the one I've loved my whole life.
A Grace, hospice and palliative care. Just call. A Grace will help.
Junk Garden Centers are open to help you start the growing season. For a limited time, get a free bag of raised bed mix with the purchase of 2. Shop now at all 5 Junk Garden Center locations. Get your growing season off to a safe and healthy start with Junk Garden Center.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's been an active couple of days across the nation's midsection, and last night that included us right here in south central Wisconsin, even into early today. What we have right now is what was a warm front, now starting to push back towards the south as a cold front. And what that pushing to the south will actually do is help keep the storm chance further towards the south as we move later on into tonight. But the storms are going to begin to fire out ahead of this area of low pressure that still has to move towards the north and east. So watch the clock. This is the past 6 hours, and watch how right over Iowa we've started to see more and more showers of thunderstorms popping up as we've gone through time. That's what's gearing up for what's to come as we go through the next several hours here. The severe threat, good news, that once again has trended further towards the south, so that remains well south of the state line. I've left the light green on here just to show you, though, that we could still see some thunder embedded with the shower chances that move in later on tonight. But here they are, and I'm really pointing my attention to what we see developing right around Des Moines right now. This is the next round of showers or thunderstorms, and it's set to move towards the north and east as we go through time. So I'm watching this area as we go through the next couple of hours to really pop up with more and more of those showers and storms, and some of those could be on the severe side. In the meantime, this is what it looks like outside. It's going to stay looking that way. We're going to see the cloud cover. There may be a ray of sunshine or two that peeks through the cloud cover. Otherwise, look for things to stay cloudy. It's going to be humid out there as well. And here's the timing. By 9 o'clock, that's when I expect some of those showers to really start to knock on the door of southwestern Wisconsin. So the actual evening will be dry. Then we get you towards midnight, towards 1 o'clock in the morning. And this is where those areas closer towards the state line will have the best chance of seeing those showers of thunderstorms. But those move out of here quickly through the overnight hours. Then the clearing line starts to move in from the north and west as some of that drier air gradually pushes on in as well. 54 when we wake up tomorrow morning. We're going all the way up to 72 with plenty of sunshine as well. Then we start to cool down into the 50s again before Saturday at 4 o'clock. Temperatures are into the upper 60s, but notice what's starting to knock on the door as we move into Saturday night. That is going to be the next rain chance that we're going to see here in south central Wisconsin. That arrives Saturday night and into Sunday, and then there's plenty of sunshine as we move into the week ahead. We had to drop temperatures just a couple degrees for early next week, but we still have that shot at seeing those temperatures returning to the low 80s by the time you get you towards Memorial Day weekend.
And look at all that sunshine.
Oh, plenty of it.
Memorial Day weekend already. Good grief.
I know.
All right, Chris, thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
The coronavirus pandemic has brought business networking to a standstill.
As Nichelle Medina reports, entrepreneurs are now staying connected virtually to drum up business opportunities and support each other.
Hello?
Kelly Bennett has been an entrepreneur for the last 10 years.
I can name my own hours. I can figure out who I want to work with. I can be my own boss.
As a public relations professional, Bennett attends major events to make client connections. Like other business owners, she uses networking groups to make new contacts.
When you go to a networking event, you touch, you feel, you hug, hi, and you get in front of that person.
For entrepreneurs like Bennett, virtual networking is now the norm.
You can't stop your business right now, because if you do, you're not going to be a few months behind. You're going to be a year behind.
Diana Sabatino of the eWomen Network recently launched the Orange County chapter's first and largest virtual event. More than 80 business owners logged on to Network, a 10% increase compared to its usual monthly in-person event.
My name is Luce Sellers, the Entrepreneurs Conference
concierge. The digital space allowed people to connect and share. With eWomen chapters across the U.S. and internationally, these entrepreneurs were even able to make their sales pitch to a broader audience.
Business isn't local anymore. Even the local business isn't local anymore. It's global.
I connected with 2 ladies from the group, and it was really nice because they're not local, they're from around the country.
With businesses big and small trying to navigate these challenging times, Bennett is working to shift her business strategy.
With the determination that I have to put all of my business online, I think I'll be okay.
A new way of doing business and making connections virtually to tap into the needs of clients. Nichelle Medina, CBS News, Orange County, California.
We're learning as we go along here, aren't we?
I wonder how many of us will keep doing this.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
When things go back to normal, yeah.
All right,
It's been a lifeline.
We'll be right back.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 84 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2019 Ford vehicles.
We are the Thrivers. Women with metastatic breast cancer, standing in the struggle, hustling through the hurt, asking for science, not sorries. Our time for more time has come. Living longer is possible and proven in women taking Kisqali plus fulvestrant or a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor. Kisqali is the only treatment in its class with proven overall survival results in 2 clinical trials, helping women live longer with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali was also significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious liver problems and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection. Are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Kisqali is not approved for use with tamoxifen. It's our time to continue to shine because we are the Thrivers. Ask your doctor about Kisqali, the only treatment in its class proven to help women live longer in 2 clinical trials.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Tonight at 5 bars across Wisconsin are reopening after the lifting of the safer at home order. How bar owners are implementing social distancing. That's at 5.
Showers and isolated thunderstorms this evening will be most likely south of Madison. Once fog lifts tomorrow morning, Friday should be partly sunny and mild. My first warn forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, after the Supreme Court's ruling, the Department of Workforce Development says if you don't feel safe going back to work, you could have issues getting unemployment benefits.
A cloudy and rainy Thursday. Here's a live look over downtown Madison. But at least it was relatively nice and mild.
Yeah, humid.
Warm, not too bad. A little humid, yeah. Chris has a lot of sunshine in the extended forecast coming up. We have breaking news this hour. Just into the Channel 3000 Alert Center, an arrest has been made in the homicide case of Verona teenager Shay Watson. A teenager was arrested this morning by the Fitchburg Police Department on first-degree intentional homicide charges and armed robbery. Due to his age, we are not releasing his name. A 40-year-old was also taken into custody. Watson was found dead at home on the 2700 block of Lyman Lane in Fitchburg last August. Stay with News 3 Now and Channel 3000 for more information on this developing story. Well, the state Supreme Court ruled last night to lift the Safer at Home extension. That doesn't mean that the virus isn't still infecting people in our area.
Dr. Zorba Pastor joins us now for his weekly visit. Hi, Zorba. How are you?
Good to be here. Great. Thank you.
This ruling last night, this changes a lot of things here in the state.
It changes things in the state, but it doesn't change the virus. You know, the virus really doesn't pay attention to any court ruling at all. It's got a mind of its own. And so social distancing is really important. And the real issue is, what are we going to see when people congregate in bars? So I think if there's any chance at all you're going to go out to a bar, the real issue is where you're going to go and how are you going to keep yourself safe? And that's the bottom line issue. And we'll know in a couple of weeks exactly what is happening. So I have a great fear because the virus is around and people aren't wearing masks. Go out to a lot of places and you'll see people are not doing as well as they should. And if we start to see an uptick in cases, then that's not bad for it's not good for any of us.
But the Safer at Home remains in effect for Dane and Rock counties and some other counties in the state, so that hasn't changed. Bars will not be opening in Dane County.
Exactly. And one of the issues is when you look at northern Wisconsin and counties where there has not been any COVID, why are they paying attention to what's going on in Milwaukee and Dane County? And part of the answer is a lot of people in Milwaukee and Dane County actually have houses and they go up to in northern counties in Wisconsin, and what happens when those people get sick. So it really remains to be seen what's going to happen. I'm on the side of science that we should still use social distancing, and I guess at this point we're going to find out in Wisconsin over the next 2 weeks what is going to happen.
We're going to be taking calls for Zorba, we forgot to mention, in just a little while. So if you have a question, be thinking about that. Zorba, I know that you've had a lot of concerns. There's so much information out there, and there's a lot of misinformation as well.
Right, and there was an article recently in the British Medical Journal, the BMJ, and the journal Nature that showed basically that 1 out of 4 YouTube videos that is viewed on COVID has fake information. So that's very, very disturbing. And the article in the journal Nature showed a lot of websites and a lot of blogs do the same thing. And I had someone the other day who was talking to me call me up actually and said, gee, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And there's some people who actually believe that COVID doesn't really exist and that it's really just something that the dark places of the world are trying to do to shut down the economy. And I think the important thing is this: you've got to go to reliable websites. You know, Channel 3000 is a reliable website, National Public Radio, Wisconsin Public Radio reliable. I go to the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, because I get reliable information, often from a different take. One is more liberal, one is more conservative. And between those things and then going to things like the Mayo Clinic and Johns Hopkins, that's where I get my information. Beware of fake news. A lot of it is out there. Pay attention to the good stuff.
85,000 deaths worldwide. It's a hoax? Come on.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
270-9933, the number to call. We'll get to your questions right after this.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection remains open to serve our customers and communities during these times of uncertainty. During Safer at Home, we've got you covered for all your plumbing service needs. Call us for help. We are here for you.
It's best we stay apart for a bit, but you're not alone. we're automatically refunding our customers a portion of their personal auto premiums. Learn more at libertymutual.com/COVID-19.
At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find Wisconsin's largest selection of tandems, bicycles built for two, from Trek, Schwinn, Cannondale, and CoMotion USA. CoMotion tandems can be individually customized, including a coupling system that allows for easy traveling with your personalized tandem. Machinery Row Bicycles is the place to shop for your new tandem, bicycle built for two. Machinery Row Bicycles, the most beautiful bicycle store in the world.
Hi, this is John Walsh. How do you get help if you can't leave your house and your family can't be with you? With a Jitterbug cell phone, one touch connects you to highly trained 5-star agents. They'll send you the help you need or get a doctor or nurse on the line. Call as often as you like, day or night. And with the Link app, family members will get an alert right on their smartphones that you've contacted 5-star.
Now more affordable with 50% off at Best Buy, Amazon, and GreatCall.com. Also at Rite Aid.
On a lighter note, it's National Dance Like a Chicken Day. We don't know who created it or how long it's been around, but that's not important now. So even if you're no spring chicken, it's time to do the chicken dance. The song was written in the 1950s by a Swiss accordionist and was originally called the Duck Dance. The song made it to the States in the 1970s, and as you know, it never left.
Is that George Takei? I think it is, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yes, it is. Doing the chicken dance.
Why not? All right, it's time to get your coronavirus questions answered live.
Dr. Zorba Pastor is back with us. If you have a question, the number to call is 270-9933. And let's get right to the phones. We'll start with Kelly in Madison. Hi, Kelly. What's your question?
Hi, how are you doing today?
Fine, thank you. How about yourself?
Well, I'm a little concerned. I got a call from work today requesting my presence back to work, a hotel desk position, and I am concerned about my safety for health. I'm on unemployment. Do I have the right to tell them no?
Well, first of all, I have no idea what you're supposed to do with unemployment. That's definitely not my bailiwick. From a point of view of protection, when you're working, it's a matter of wearing a mask, whether or not there's a shield in front of you, just as you often will see in a number of stores, such as grocery stores, and you have to discuss that with your employer to make sure that you're safe. From an unemployment point of view, you've got to figure that out if you can get a hold of people on unemployment. Your employer may know that, but certainly the state should know that. I am not the person to ask for that.
Okay, but you can work safely, but yeah, it's a personal decision. Let's go to Reed in Mount Horeb. Reed, what's your question?
Hi, I got a question concerning the statistics that are being put out. I did some simple math in my head, and the confirmed number of cases in the U.S. makes up about 32% of worldwide, and the deaths make up 28%. I'm wondering, why are we so high compared to the rest of the world?
Well, that is a really good question. First of all, number one, we're a big country, 315 million people, about that number. So we're a big country. And then we didn't start up soon enough. We started up really late. The government did not come in and take decisive action until basically the epidemic was starting. If you remember correctly, it was just a few people on a boat. Well, in fact, there weren't just a few people on a boat. The epidemic was starting in Washington State and in New York State. So the answer is right now, we have a huge number of people. We have a lot of the deaths in the world from COVID. But you've got to remember, in places like India, when there are deaths, they're really not necessarily recorded to the same way that as we are. So ultimately, we'll know a year from now really how bad things are. But the answer is, we're pretty bad. We're still getting too many people dying from COVID. It's a big problem, and it's a problem that may even get worse in the fall. We don't really know.
Okay, and just to note, we have a story on News 3 now at 6 o'clock about the unemployment, and if you're being called back to work, what you have to do. So we'll have a story on News 3 now at 6.
Regarding the previous question. Okay, let's go to Joyce from DeForest. Hi, Joyce. What's your question?
My question isn't about the virus. It's about shingles. I want to know if you can get shingles more than once, and if you have it and it doesn't have a rash.
Well, first of all, you can't get shingles more than once, which is why I recommend if you get shingles, you get the Shingrix anti-shingles shot, because that will help boost your immunity. Because some people do get it every few years. Some people do not, because as soon as you get that chickenpox virus that's sort of starting to flare up in the ganglion in your body, it usually is a result of the fact that you have a reduced immunity. So that's really a very important thing to do. Very important to get that shot.
All right, let's go to Ellen in Jefferson. Hi, Ellen. What's your question?
My question is, my fiancé is going to open up his barber shop, and does he need to wear masks, and do the customers need to wear masks?
Well, that's a very good question. And the answer is, how do you open up a barbershop and still stay 6 feet from someone? What if they still have COVID on them? So the reality is, even though he's going to open up his barbershop, he's going to wear a mask. They're going to wear a mask. The reality is that does not protect you from getting COVID from that person. And among other things, it's because the masks are not approved like a medical mask is. So if the person has COVID and they're breathing in and out of their mask and the air comes out the side of the mask and the upper part of the mask, they're breathing COVID germs. So there's no absolute assurance when they actually engage, when your fiancé engages in the barbershop behavior, that he is going to be safe. Now, do masks offer some protection? They really protect other people from getting it, but if you're closer than 6 feet, the answer is you can still catch it.
All right, let's go to Brent from Madison. Hi, Brent. What's your question?
Hello, doctor. My question is, I just recently went to the Alliant Energy Center, and I was tested for COVID, and I just got a phone call from the health department, which was good news. It was negative. I didn't really have any symptoms, but I wanted to do it. Is that 100%?
Not at all. It's not 100% at the least. And a negative test on a COVID doesn't mean that you didn't have COVID. I can't give you chapter and verse exactly how accurate it is, because it depends on what they're using. But on the whole, the COVID tests are only about maybe 60 to 75% accurate in terms of knowing you have COVID. So it may say you didn't have COVID, and depending on the test, you might have there's a 25 to 30% chance you may actually have had COVID. There are a lot of issues involved with it. The testing is far from perfect. Far from perfect.
And that's part of the problem with the numbers in the U.S., the testing.
You bet.
All right, we're out of time. Thank you all for calling in. Zorba, thank you.
Thanks for your time again, Zorba. Great to see you.
Great to see you guys.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
I didn't choose this exact type of metastatic breast cancer, but I did pick Clarity by knowing I have a treatment that goes right at it.
Discover Piqray, a treatment that specifically targets PIK3CA mutations in HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC. Piqray is taken with fulvestrant after progression on hormone therapy and helps people live longer without disease progression. Do not take Piqray if you've had severe allergic reactions to it or any of its ingredients. Piqray can cause serious side effects, including severe allergic and skin reactions, high blood sugar levels and diarrhea that are common and can be severe, and pneumonitis. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms of severe allergic reactions or high blood sugar while taking Piqray. Your doctor will monitor your blood sugar before and during treatment, and more often if you have type 2 diabetes. Before starting, tell your doctor if you have a history of diabetes, skin reactions, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Common side effects include rash, nausea, tiredness, weakness, decreased appetite, mouth sores, vomiting, weight loss, hair loss, and changes in some blood tests. Ask your doctor about Piqray.
Let me introduce me.
Cuts, colors, braids, and fades. We stand for style. Cost Cutter Salons.
#1 in color in Wisconsin. Are you unemployed or out of work because of COVID-19? If so, the Madison Money Guy wants to help. When times get tough, it's important to review your financial strategy and know all of the options available to you. Hope is the first step on the path to recovery. Let's take that step together. Call Retirement Income Strategies at 608-208-1800 to schedule a virtual visit today. That's 608-208-1800.
So you might not see the Dane County Farmers Market set up around the Capitol Square this weekend, but you can still buy local and benefit your area farmers.
Yeah, we'll tell you how to order from the market and pick up your produce drive-through style.
We'll see you Friday morning, 4:30 to 7.
All right, folks, as we go through tonight, look for most of us to remain on the cloudy side. Will be mild with some patchy fog developing as well. But as you work your way closer towards the state line, that's where we have the better chance to see at least a couple of showers and thunderstorms there. As we head into the days ahead, we're looking at more sunshine for your Friday, along with early Saturday before more showers return by Saturday night.
All right, Chris, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live Before, we'll preview Virtual Restaurant Week and tell you how you can take part.
And we go behind the screens with Michael Bruno. He tells us about a new online movie produced by American Players Theater. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
At Mounds Pet Food Warehouse, we know that no two pets are the same. That's why each of our 5 southern Wisconsin locations is wall-to-wall with everything you and your pet need, including dog food, cat food, pet beds, thousands of toys, treats, and chews, and supplies for your small animals, birds, and reptiles too. With so many options, finding what you need is easy. You gotta get down to Mounds and see for yourself. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse powers them all. And don't forget your free Mounds candy bar.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can plunge you into deep depressive lows or give you unusually high energy, even when depressed. Overwhelmed by bipolar depression? Ask about Vraylar. Some medications only treat the lows or the highs. Vraylar effectively treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1. Full spectrum relief of all symptoms with just 1 pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Movement dysfunction, restlessness, sleepiness, stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar depression overwhelms, ask how Vraylar can help.
In today's Final Touch, a South Carolina restaurant has a unique way to ensure social distancing inside.
And it involves a bunch of dummies. Their dining room is packed with strategically placed dolls. With dine-in service available at the open hearth for the first time since March, the owners wanted to make the restaurant look as full as they could. So they ordered 10 blow-up dolls and dressed them like patrons, even giving them wigs to wear. And it's as creepy as it is effective. The owner says they're following guidelines by spacing out customers, using disposable menus, and encouraging employees to wear masks. Well, not these employees, obviously.